all the news from WTCN TV's expanded news gathering facility.
WTCN TV, Channel 11.
This is KARE 11 News at 10.
Just days ago, the small town of Silver Creek witnessed a terrible tragedy. Two young brothers trapped inside their burning home. Neither made it out alive. In tonight's Extra, a story that could mean the difference between life and death if a fire breaks out in your home. More than half of all deadly fires happen when people are sleeping, and children are most often the victims. Diana's here now with more on how to get your children out alive.
Well, Paul, photojournalist Ron Stover and I teamed up with the St. Paul and Blaine fire departments to give you some life-saving tips every family should know to survive a fire.
She opened her bedroom door and the smoke filled the room. She was trying to find her way out. She had both kids by one arm, was trying to pull them out, and she kept running into the waterbed because she couldn't see where she was going. The last thing that Tammy remembers him saying was, "Mommy, help me." He probably was being overwhelmed by the smoke, and she couldn't get out, and so she feels responsible, because that's the last thing she remembers him saying was, "Mommy, help me. Help me, Mommy."
Gunnar Erickson was just 3 years old, too little to survive the smoke that smothered his apartment last August. It was Egan's first fatal fire in 20 years. Sadly, 1,200 children will die in house fires every year nationwide. But there's a lot you can do as a parent to help your children get out alive, starting with the most important things: having a working smoke detector and stage fire drills with your entire family.
Okay, you guys, here we go. We're going to listen to the loud fire alarm, and we're going to tell you what to do. If there were ever a fire in the house, you have to know how to get out of the house.
John and Marcia Stowe realize how valuable it is to practice fire drills with their kids.
This is going to be really loud noise, okay? So get ready, but don't be scared. Just walk right out.
Do you hear that noise? You
Okay,
guys
what
will
do you
be
do?
in your bed, so let's go.
Let's
Come
go.
on. Go downstairs. Come on, honey. We'll go real fast. And we go right out the door, Kyle. Even if you don't have your shoes on, or if it's raining, or if it's cold, Kyle, and you don't have your jacket, go anyway. Come on.
A fire drill is not a race. Get out quickly, but carefully. Agree on a place where everyone should meet to wait for the fire department.
And even if you're the only person here, just wait here, okay, until help comes, or until Mommy or Daddy get here, okay?
What you've just witnessed is a drill under the best of circumstances. No smoke, no flames, no heat. But firefighters say you should pretend your home is filling with smoke to make things more realistic for your kids.
Stand by.
We did just that, using a smoke machine to literally act out critical survival tactics. If a smoke alarm jars you awake, roll out of bed. Don't stand up. Grab a flashlight that you may keep next to your alarm clock. Crawl towards the door. Cleaner air always will be near the floor.
Okay, Hannah, time to go, hon.
Go right into your kids' room. If you can't find them in their bed, look under the bed.
The bed here? No.
Then check the closet and the corners of the room.
Oh, Hannah, here we go.
Many parents mistakenly believe that in a fire, children will run or scream for their parents. Tragically, that's often not the case.
Okay, sweetie.
Practice staying low under the smoke, even when you're going downstairs. Toxic fumes are just as dangerous as the fire itself. If you stand up and try to walk, smoke can kill you. And if the smoke doesn't, the heat will. In 2 minutes, fires can burn as hot as 1,500 degrees. Test doors before you open them.
It's kind of hot. Let's try the window, okay?
If the door's hot, use another escape route.
Let's go. Keep down low, sweetie.
If you're trapped, close the doors between you and the fire. Stuff the cracks around the doors with towels, T-shirts, or bedding to keep the smoke out. Then go for your second exit. If you're in a bedroom, it may have to be a window. If you can, get your kids out of the house before it looks like this. Watch how quickly this wall of deadly smoke descends. It won't take long before it's pitch black. If you haven't made it out of the house by now, you probably won't.
Hey, an air tank on you.
We wanted to see for ourselves just exactly what happens when a fire starts in a home.
How flame-proof is this?
It's rated to last about 30 seconds at 1,200 degrees. It's made
So
out of
we
no
suited up with the St. Paul Fire Department for a terrifying first-hand look.
Your mask. Your mask is tied up against your face. It's coming with us there, but behind us. This is why firefighters crawl low. Stay below the smoke, you can see there's a lot of heat up high. They come around the corner. It's almost like a ceiling there. In a few minutes, this will bank way low, and you won't be able to see anything unless you're on your belly. But this is the time. This fire is only a couple minutes old. This is why when you have a smoke detector, you can get out now. Okay. You get down, you crawl, you can get out at this time. You get down low, you see the fire coming up, hitting the ceiling and spreading out. We call it a mushroom effect. It comes out, and it'll start running across the ceiling. Well, we got flames just a couple feet away from us now.
Okay.
First, it's going to come right across the top.
Okay, let's back off.
Back off with the camera. Camera guys, you can go back, straight back off.
At this point, photographer Ron Stover and I can't see our way out of the house, and we're just a few feet from the flames.
That went a lot faster than I thought it would, and to feel the heat as quickly as that happened.
This amount of smoke inside that house, you know, what was it, 5 minutes from the time it started to here, that's not a survivable fire. You got 5 minutes and you're dead. Right here we got a little, this is what we talked about, flashover.
Now you have men inside there.
Yeah, there's guys in there right now.
This is why you should teach your kids never to go back inside a burning home. Not for their pets, not for their toys, not even for their parents. Firefighters say it's one of the most common, but often the most deadly mistake you can make.
Many experts suggest you keep a flashlight next to your bed, as we mentioned, but firefighters stress you should never spend more than a few seconds trying to find that particular light. Now, KARE 11 put together a brochure with tips on how to get your family out alive. If you'd like a copy, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to KARE 11 News, 8811 Olson Memorial Highway, Minneapolis. The zip code is 55427. Paul?
That's just good advice. It's something I always think about, and I just never get around to doing. You know,
putting
the
flashlight?
Setting up just a plan of action in case there is a fire.
Yeah, we've talked about it in the newsroom many times since we certainly did that. Again, the thing that strikes me as I see those pictures and as I remember being in that house is truly how quickly the flames shot across the ceiling. You look around and you take for granted, perhaps maybe you have a fireplace, how sometimes you can't get it to burn or whatever. Once your entire room is going up, everything burns, and it burns quickly.
That's how quickly that veil of smoke falls, too.